The other thing that we just announced yesterday was the Aquarian Women's Leadership Society, which is the first retreat in the 6-month intensive adventure women's training called Immense Grace 2016, exploring the incredible teachings of Yogi Bhajan around women and the change of age on this planet. And I cannot tell you how profound it was last year. The stories, the changes, the transformation from losing 80 pounds to getting married to, having babies, many babies were born to, getting all so much happened in the realm of those 6 months that, there's some men in the room, so I can't let too much out of the bag, but it gets crazy, all right? So we'll be launching that kind of, a couple weeks after I get back with the first retreat. And this retreat we're calling, and this will become part of the Men's Grace programming every year, the Aquarian Women's Leadership Society. This retreat will all be about Yogi Bhajan's teachings around being a leader, being a woman in the Aquarian age and what that looks like, because it looks very different than what we have had in terms of models, i.e. Hillary Clinton. Whatever, Hillary Clinton had to do what Hillary Clinton had to do. But that model of female leadership is a Piscean model. So we have to create new models of leadership. And part of the thing that's happening in the women's movement that I want to be very, very specifically kind of, offensive about is that there's a lot of like women's this, that, and the other thing, but there's not a lot of practice. And one of the reasons why those women's lives transform so much, there's a lot of like women's groups and whatever, and you can get together on a new moon and make some bath salts and like have some fun. I don't care, like have fun. That's great. I love that. But the Men's Grace training is for women who want to deeply go into daily, rigorous practice, because your life will change if you do it. And so between, it was impressive what happened. And it wasn't just like magic because we like got together once a month. It was because the women were intensively practicing on a daily basis. You guys, we got it. This is the whole thing of this age. Everybody wants to like have an Instagram of it. Like Instagram of me with the Rinpoche at the empowerment. Like everyone, that's basically the kind of new age poison culture that we have created in the wellness and spiritual scene. And Immense Grace is about practice. We will deeply practice. And then that's something you have. You become a woman that is extraordinary, because you have that kind of depth of practice and it belongs to you. So I'm very, very convicted and very excited about this. So the weekend that we go on retreat, we're going to a really fantastic secret location. And it's a couple hours away from here. We can't tell you because then we can't drop the pin because we don't want like any of the men coming to find us. It'll be Thursday, September 13th through Sunday, September 18th. It's a couple hours away, so totally drivable. There'll be, carpools and all this kind of stuff. So that's the beginning of the 6-month training. So just announcing that now. I'm wherever I am in the next 2 months, I'll be doing Facebook live streams every week to discuss the teachings of Yogi Bhajan around women. He taught almost 40 years of, 2 months solid in the summer of women's teachings. So it is so profound, these teachings. There's so much there that, and the men complained. They're like, what the fuck? Like, you take the women, like, what's going on? You take the women for months on end and like, we have to do our own dishes and like, this is kind of sucks. Like, don't we get any training? And he said, if the women change, everyone will change. If the women change and stop being, neurotic, self-loathing, cheap prostitutes. He used that word. Because what he meant by that is you're just, you sell yourself. So you have to decide, are you going to sell yourself on the cheap? Or are you going to sell yourself and be deep? That wasn't what he said. I just made that up now. So he went after the whole, because when he came to America, like women were chicks and it was a bit of a mess. So he brought the Adi Shakti. And he said, no, don't make your man a king, make yourself a queen, and he will become a king. And if you don't like men, then, do whatever. You can do that with whoever your kind of sexual identified lover of the moment is. It's the same thing, because all laws work on polarity. This whole kind of thing works on polarity. So all of these laws exist in same-sex relationships too, or multiple sex relations. How do we call it? Like, no sex relationships? Whatever it is. But all of these, in order to create kind of a friction of energy between two humans, there has to be laws of polarity. So it doesn't matter who you're in relationship with. So these teachings are deep and profound. So I think we're going to start this Tuesday. We'll announce it, but I think every Tuesday from now until then, I'll have a Facebook live stream where we can kind of hang out together and discuss the women's teachings. So I'm kind of excited about that too.